Hello, this is Hardcore Katsu. I just wanted to make a video for Wrestlemania here, 2019. Uh, so far, I've been watching wrestling again and watching Monday Night Raw pretty much. I'm not really watching SmackDown really, just watching Monday Night Raw, and you know, getting ready for WrestleMania. I watched. I guess it would be Fastlane or whatever. I don't know. I think that the WWE has overstacked their pay-per-view card again. It's kind of irritating because, like, in the early 2000s, it was basically Raw versus SmackDown, and it was like Eric Bischoff against Paul Heyman. You know, Paul Heyman having SmackDown, Eric Bischoff having Monday Night Raw, and it's just like that. But now it's just, I don't know. It's between like the McMahons trying to outdo each other. And it's just ridiculous to me. My own opinion. It's just kind of silly because they unified, and then they unified all the championships, like the WWE Championship and the World Heavyweight Championship, and now they got, you know, the WWE Championship again, and then the Raw Championship, the Universal Champion, which I'm just like, this is ridiculous, but okay, you know. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm not really understanding what's going on, but nonetheless, I'm liking the I guess the women's championship match with Ronda Rousey. Now I'm really stuck on that. Like I'm really actually excited for it, more so than probably anything else that's actually going to be at WrestleMania, which is weird. Besides my boy Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar. Not too sure about the Triple H versus Dave Batista thing, but you know, it is what it's gonna be, and we'll see what happens with that. You know, it's like, I really don't, you know, like I don't know. I feel like I've lost my interest in it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just now, I guess, a casual fan. I don't know. Even though I still like my hardcore wrestling, so that will actually be a treat at WrestleMania. Besides, like all the other, I guess, you know, the other wrestling, the no holds barred match will probably be something that will probably be really good, surprisingly. But you never know; it might just be just another cough out. But I'm looking forward to Seth Rollins. I'm looking forward to Becky and Charlotte versus Ronda, and you know I'm actually kind of interested in it. We'll see how it goes and see what they do. I mean I'm not really caring really, I guess, about who wins. I guess like the only person I really care to actually win would be Seth Rollins, because I want that to actually change up a bit. It's kind of irritating when you don't have your star champion always there. It's not always in play. There's never, the storyline for that is never ongoing. It's once a month, if that. Sometimes it's once every other month because of how pay-per-views are going. And it's kind of irritating, but you know, it's like, why do you have a champion, and like, are you trying to legitimize the WWE Championship by only having so many wins a year, or so many champions a year? Like, is it, like, you might as well call the Universal Championship the WWE television champion, because that's what he is. I mean that's basically what it is. I mean, you know, you have like the, what is it, the Intercontinental Champion there, but you know, that's like your main title. You know, you might as well have like a television championship. And that's basically kind of how they turned the women's championship into that, you know. But whatever, like, I don't know. I just find it funny. It's entertaining, right? So that's what it is. Yeah, I've changed a lot as a wrestling fan. It's kind of ridiculous, like the things that I find interest now compared to then. I don't know. I was like, I don't know, like as a wrestling fan, you go from like hardcore wrestling type to more like mat style or whatever, you know. I don't know. It's so crazy to talk about. And, you know, I find it funny that I can sit here and talk about this stuff for minutes. And I'm pretty sure nobody will actually watch this. But hey, what do you know? I'm going to have this on here. I want people to watch. I don't know what else to use. I mean, I should probably start using like OBS and get myself a better webcam and start doing like I don't know, maybe like having like a split screen type of situation where I have, you know, where I'm watching like reaction videos, I guess, right? Because that'd be interesting to some, right? Like, I don't know how that works out, but I'm interested in Wrestlemania, and I want to start getting back into talking about Wrestlemania and hardcore matches, and I find it funny how everybody is kind of up in the air, you know, about it's funny how they're using Dean Ambrose's release. Like, I don't even know what's actually going on with that, because I really don't read the dirt sheets anymore. You know, I don't go and watch wrestling news from a non-mainstream source, I guess. I kind of just stay out of it. I don't know. Ever since like 2007, 2008, I kind of just stopped doing that stuff. And that's a long time ago. Think about it, from now to 2019, and talking about stuff that I did in 2008. It's funny to look back at that when you have a history on YouTube, and you start doing this sort of stuff again. You come back. It's like you look at your own history, even though you weren't really doing anything. But still, I mean, I was reading dirt sheets like all the time in 2008, and that's probably why like a lot of people were like, oh yeah, you know, the dirt sheets are legitimate. You know, you go on there as a wrestling fan and you look at that. I find it funny because now you got like the WWE Network, and you got the WWE on Twitter, and you see a lot of stuff, and you interact with the wrestlers a lot more compared to then. Yeah, they were still kind of using social media at that point, but it wasn't as much as it is now. This is like the big time. And I feel kind of dumb in that aspect with leaving the I guess the you shoot community, whatever you want to call it nowadays. I kind of feel like I kind of left at the wrong time. I should have stayed and did videos and found my niche, my community. I should have found that, and I should have promoted myself to that, which I didn't. And I feel really, really bad. I feel really bad that I didn't, you know, use like Twitter and Facebook, and at the time MySpace even. I didn't use those to find a community that would support me for making videos. Not even support, just like people that would actually watch, you know. I feel like I've let that, you know, aspect of my, you know, my name just kind of just disappear, you know, into nothing. you know, didn't really make it too big, but I got views, so somebody was watching my stuff, right? Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I could do more now than, you know, than before. So this is why I'm back. And, you know, speaking of, you know, time and everything, you know, I was watching Fastlane, I was watching Shield, I was watching The Shield, which they came around the point where CM Punk was like red hot, and that's when they started. And then after he left, they took the torch, basically, and ran with it. So, you know, I watched that last night, the reforming, or probably the final showing of the Shield, and I kind of marked out, you know, I was like, yes, you know, it's awesome. Even though, you know, I want my guy Seth Rollins to take the show. Seth freaking Rollins, he's the guy. He's gonna be the guy. Like, I honestly think he is the guy that's gonna carry the company. He's gonna be the guy. If anybody, if between him and Roman Reigns, man, Roman Reigns is gonna be like his polar opposite, I think, because they kind of have that opposites attract type of thing. You know, kind of like The Rock and Austin. Yes, they had like a common thing. They had like a common enemy, but they were like completely different people. So it kind of makes it kind of interesting to see how that plays out in the future. I think they will be the guys. They will be the guys that quote unquote tear it down when they have like matches at WrestleManias or at SummerSlams. They're gonna have matches. They're gonna have like 5-star matches, and that's the future right there. That's what Seth Rollins. That's why I believe in Seth Rollins, man. I believe when he says that he is gonna be the guy, he is the guy. You know, it's funny to say, but it's I don't see anybody else grabbing that torch, because, you know, I like when John Cena said, you know, when there was nobody else that would step up, nobody else after Brock left and The Rock left, Brock and The Rock and Goldberg and all these guys, Steve Austin left because of, you know, unforeseeable difficulties and health and everything, etc. All these top guys were leaving. You know, Vince McMahon was like, well, who's going to be the guy? John Cena steps up and says, yeah, I might not have what it takes right now, but I want to do it. I will be your guy. I will always be here. That's what I appreciate. And, you know, I'm not really a John Cena fan, but he dedicated his life to that. You know, to being the guy that's going to carry the company for 10 plus years. I don't know the exact number on how many years, but he's carried it for a long time. And I think he was carrying it to Daniel Bryan, but Daniel Bryan got injured. I still think he has what it takes too. I think he has more potential to carry that company than anybody else, because he has it. He has the people. He is Daniel Bryan. And what they're doing with him now is kind of like, you know, he's not really a good heel. They have to turn him into a babyface again, and they just have to rock it. And they kind of watered it down. They used his own fame against him. It's just kind of ridiculous. You know, and the whole thing with Total Divas and all that stuff, or Total Bellas, or whatever, I don't know what, you know, but he's on that show, and I think that kind of waters down his wholesome gimmick that he has, being a vegan and all that stuff. So it kind of makes him kind of like when you watch that show, you kind of see like if there's like a heel in anything, like he would be the heel in the show, because he's like the solid ground on the show. He's kind of like the heel. You know, I don't know. It's just ridiculous how that like works out, and then they try to water down his character and on the show now with him being like this champion of the universe or champion of the world or champion of the earth. That's what it is, right? So he's like the Earth's champion or something like that, right? So it's like, you know, I saw like some sort of like Captain Planet like thing. It was pretty funny. Like he's Captain Planet or something. I don't remember, but I don't know. He has what it takes to lead the company in the next 15 years. And 10 to 15, whatever, 10 plus years. He has what it takes as well. He had what it takes when CM Punk left. Because CM Punk, I thought, was going to last 10, 15 years, and then he was going to retire. But he said screw it before that. So it's down to Daniel Bryan, and Daniel Bryan got injured. The rest is history, right? All right. Well, this is a pretty good video, I think. It's gonna be a long video. I wanna, I'm excited for WrestleMania. I'm gonna watch it. I'll probably do a video after WrestleMania if I can. It'll probably be a little late, but I'm still trying to get stuff figured out, trying to get a schedule figured out for myself, and trying to figure out what works. It's really hard trying to balance, my actual job and this, and game design and other streaming services I'm trying to start. I'm trying to do like a video game stream. So I got stuff going on. I got content to share, and I want to bring out my character more. And I know I've spent a lot of time on here, a lot of years on here. This is part of my character. This is part of who I am. I'm a wrestling fan. So I'm into wrestling. I've been in wrestling. I've been into wrestling for a long time. I'm a wrestling fan. So that's what it is, right? So yeah, I'll make another video, a little video after WrestleMania, and talk about how that went, and as well as the WWE Hall of Fame, which again I'm excited for Generation X, and I'm really excited for Harlem Heat. Those are awesome, and of course Tori Wilson. Who could ever forget Tori Wilson? Idaho's own Tori Wilson. It's pretty good, I'm excited for that show, the Hall of Fame show, and then WrestleMania. So yeah, I will see you guys then. Talk to you guys later. Bye.